This is my Carlson pet gate, and I absolutely love it. I've bought two, and originally we bought it because we have rabbits. And let me scooch in a little closer here. Down here, you have the pet gate, and you have this gate. Well, our rabbits had their own room, and we didn't want to be constantly closing the door on them so that we couldn't see them. So we would put this up, and they could come and go as they pleased, or we could lock them up and still not have them locked in a room by themselves. Since then, we now have children who've taken the place of the rabbits. We still love them, but they're no longer that high up on the chain, the family chain. But what I wanted to show you is, if you're using this gate with small children, that's great. But my 2-year-old can fit through this door. I unlocked it like this, and to let the rabbits in and out, and keep my son on the other side so that the rabbits could escape from him. And he crawled through that door. He's 2 years old and weighs almost 30 pounds. So just keep that in mind. It is a really, really easy to put up gate. They have the option to just use it as a pressure point. These unscrew like this, and there's 4 of these. Okay. So these pieces come out. What you do is on all 4 sides, the 2 bottom, and the 2 top, you just screw like this until it's tight and isn't going anywhere. Now they do have pieces that fit on the other side of this that come around it, and you screw those into the wall if you want a more permanent structure. My door frames are metal, so there's no screwing. But let me tighten that back up. I like the pressure mounted system because I can move it and it's not permanent. It doesn't deface my doorways, and like I said, I couldn't use it even if I wanted to. Now, over here, you have the latch, and you have to actually push back on this to pull it up. And you see how tight that is? I've actually tightened it too much. You can't tighten it as much as you would like, because you could get this thing pretty tight and it wouldn't be going nowhere. It might as well be screwed in. But you can't tighten it that much because the pressure causes the gate to close in on itself, and you can't get it shut. It actually pushes this piece into this piece, and you can't open and close it. So that's a downside, but you could fix that once again as long as you use the screw setup. But it closes like that, and it snaps in like that. Like I said, my 2-year-old's never figured that part out. If I leave it open like this, he'll come behind me and snap it down, but he does not know how to open it. We'll wait and see how long that takes. But overall, like I said, you have these pressure points on all 4 sides, and you can raise it up off the ground if you need to, or put it all the way down to the bottom. Let's see, let me go all the way down, down, down. Down here, where this screw goes into the gate, there's actually 2 holes for it. There's a hole down here, right here, and then there's a hole for it right here. So you can choose which hole to use. I guess that could be to raise it up off the ground a little bit, or if you wanted it, you can put it in this hole so it's flush with the ground, like I have it. I have it flush. Now, one thing, if you're using this pet gate, we had lion rabbits, which weigh about 2 pounds, and then we have a 5-pound rabbit. They can fit through the bars on this thing. So that's where, this is the second baby gate. When we had children, the rabbit got kicked out of her, there she is. She got kicked out of her bedroom and moved into the laundry room, which is still better than being outside. And she's got a nice little boat in there, and we let her run around the house. But because she could get through, we had to use this. And this, I actually snipped off this piece right here, and this piece over here. I snipped off a $10 baby gate from Walmart, the really cheap wood ones. And I used twist ties and attached it. And that worked great. She's not a big chewer, so she doesn't chew through the plastic, and it keeps her in there. I can still open up the door and let her out. And actually, watch this. To keep my son from crawling through the door so she'd have a safe place to go to. Voila! Now, my son can't crawl through the door. And he's not strong enough because it's a really strong clamp to move the clamp. And he can't get his head through the doorway now because the clamp's in the way. But the rabbit can get in and out. So, I will stop talking. I think I've covered all the basics here. If you have any questions, place them in the comments. And subscribe to my channel for lots more reviews on household products. And, Mimi. Mimi. There you are. There you are, baby. Okay. And have a wonderful day. Thank you. This is my Carlson pet gate, and I absolutely love it. I've bought two, and originally we bought it because we have rabbits. And let me scooch in a little closer here. Down here, you have the pet gate, and you have this gate. Well, our rabbits had their own room, and we didn't want to be constantly closing the door on them so that we couldn't see them, so we would put this up and they could come and go as they pleased, or we could lock them up and still not have them locked in a room by themselves.